Things you need to know before you buy a MacBook. That's the title of this video, so let's do that. The MacBook that I've been using for the past 2 months is the M1 MacBook Air, and just so you know, its manufacturing year is July 2023. The most important thing that people forget to consider before buying a MacBook is not to think about the parts of the MacBook. Parts like the battery, keyboard, display or the touchpad, etc. It's always a good thing to at least have an idea of what the part might cost you. I don't know if you know this or not, but most hardware, just like the RAM and storage, are not either upgradable or replaceable. But it's not like Apple is the only one who does that. Almost every brand does this already, and this is where we are right now. But for the things that can be replaced like the battery, keyboard and the display, etc., I have already mentioned a link in the description which you can check out after watching this video. If that's also not enough, you can contact Apple and ask them straight away whatever information on parts that are replaceable or the cost itself. The number one thing that you choose when you order it from the Apple's official website is how much RAM and how much space do you need. I'm gonna first talk about the RAM because that is where I made a little mistake, thinking that I have saved some money, which at the moment I had, but it was a mistake anyway. So how do you choose how much RAM you need? There are only two things that you need to focus on. The first thing is, what are you actually going to use it for? Not only for the current moment, but also 2 years ahead in the future. And the second thing is, choose the highest RAM which you can afford. You may not appreciate it at the moment, but that extra headroom will benefit you in the future. Now for the storage, feel free to choose whatever amount of storage you want. But there is only one single thing alone that you need to remember. The condition is, if you choose the 256 gigs of storage, get ready to buy an external storage for your MacBook, because you should not be using the built-in storage, because as soon as the read and write data reaches to its full capacity, your MacBook will turn off just like this. But if you use an external storage for everything, say downloading big files directly into that storage, or keeping your personal files, photos and videos on that external storage rather than on the MacBook itself, it will greatly reduce the use of your internal storage. Of course not entirely, as all the apps that you download and use will run on the internal storage, but it will be a lot less. But if you choose the higher storage, say 512 gigs, now the read and write data are almost double the limit, because the storage is also doubled. And as you go higher in the amount of storage, that problem goes far away with that condition too. So now I guess you probably know just how much space and RAM you need and what is safe to buy. So that's pretty much everything that I want to say before you buy any MacBook. If you have any questions, make sure you type them in the comments and I will try to answer them. Alright, so that's a wrap up.